Hey guys, it's Dave. I was actually working on a different video when I just noticed this, and I found it so hilarious that I decided to come on and make a quick video talking about the latest in the Kemp Beck saga, the feud that's going on between Rocket Lab and Astra. Just noticed this and found it hilarious. So stay tuned for the regular edition of Space Stock Updates. That's coming out very soon. Let's dive into an Ars Technica article that Chris Kemp recently was interviewed by their writer, and Peter's response to the article. Pretty funny stuff. So this is actually from a little while back. We have an article from Stephen Clark where he interviewed Chris Kemp, titled Chris Kemp Unplugged, and it definitely was unplugged. Kemp pulling no punches here, definitely saying what he thinks and being very blunt in a Chris Kemp type way. So if you haven't read the article, definitely suggest checking it out yourself, but there's a few quotes and things he said that I just want to point out. First of all, obviously trying to pump up his own company here, saying that it's one of 3 companies that have successfully got to orbit, saying Firefly doesn't count. ABL blew up everything. I mean, I don't know if they blew up everything. They blew up one rocket, but who hasn't blown up a rocket, you know? And then, of course, Relativity, talking about them. Anyway, this part isn't what I thought was funny, but definitely quite a quote. He said, we've got this public company now trading at 25 cents per share. That makes it nearly impossible for us to raise any meaningful amount of capital in public markets. So basically that means we need to take the cash coming in from our spacecraft engine business and whatever cash comes in from our launch business and make it work. So 700,000 is what's come in from the spacecraft engine business, and nothing is coming in from the launch business. So I don't know how you make that work, but that's a story for another day. Anyway, I still can't believe a CEO of a company just said that. Pretty wild stuff. But basically what we're going into today, he was asked about Rocket Lab, and he, mentions, they have a bit of a feud going on. He says they're burning $50 million a quarter, blah, blah, blah. He says, I would argue that only SpaceX has really made that leap of operating reliably at scale. We aspire to, meaning Astra, and haven't yet. So clearly he's excluding Rocket Lab from that group of operating reliably at scale, especially since he was just asked about Rocket Lab. So throwing a few punches at Rocket Lab, saying they're not operating reliably at scale, was the main criticism Kemp made. And, you're running a company that looks like it's on the edge of bankruptcy, that things are not going well for. Why are you throwing shade at other companies? I don't understand it. Just focus on yourself, on your own company. Like, honestly, really blows my mind. But anyway, this is Chris, he does stuff like that. What I didn't notice after the fact is Peter Beck tweets out a nice little image of Electron's production line. And I did see this at the time, and I was just like, oh yeah, that's a nice picture, move on with my life. But then I thought about this in more detail, and this article saying that Kemp accuses Rocket Lab of not operating reliably at scale comes out on the 21st of August. Now, on August 22nd, the day after this article was published, we also get a video on YouTube from Astra and Chris Kemp. And what this is doing is basically giving a little tour. There's not a lot of talking, it's more just a video background, but it's giving you a little tour of their rocket production line. I'm not going to go through all of it because it's a full 3 minutes long, but you can see them, basically putting metal through their production lines, bending it. I believe they use aluminum as opposed to Rocket Lab's carbon composites. But anyway, one thing that does stand out on this video is that you don't really see a lot of actual rockets, right? You just see metal being bent, things like that being prepared, but there's no actual rockets sitting in the factory. So now let's take a look at what Peter Beck tweets on the exact same day. Kemp says, Rocket Lab not operating reliably at scale. What do we have here? I mean, this is the definition of scale. Look at all these electrons lined up in various stages of development getting ready to go. We've got like 1, 2, this one's a reusable one, reusable first stage, 3, 4, 5, 6, maybe 8. I don't know. It's getting hard to tell at the back. This may just be a portion of a stage. Yeah, I would say at least 8 electrons getting ready to go. And clearly no coincidence that this picture is also showing their production line, which is what the video of Astra was about. And the big contrast here, there is many, many rockets coming off the production line. And to me, that's pretty much the definition of scale. And you could say, oh, maybe this is a coincidence. Maybe Peter just was going to tweet this out anyway. Has nothing to do with the article. I refuse to believe that. Let me know if you think it was a coincidence down below. But to me, this is 100% Peter Beck. Take no prisoners. You're going to throw shade at my company. Well, here's us operating reliably, pumping out these electrons while you guys are struggling and not launching anything. Definitely, I think an image is worth 1,000 words, and he's just saying, this image is worth way more than all the words you're throwing at us, Chris. And I just couldn't help but laugh quite a lot when I saw this. I noticed the timelines and how it lines up, and I'm like, 99%, I believe he read that article and he tweeted this. Let me know what you guys think. And if you're wondering, yes, I definitely fall on the Rocket Lab side of things. I am a Rocket Lab investor. I've always been very skeptical of Astra's launch business. And so far, you know, Rocket Lab stock has definitely outperformed Astra stock. So I hope you guys enjoyed this edition of the Beck Kemp feud, the Rocket Lab Astra feud. I'm definitely giving 1 point to Rocket Lab and 0 to Astra on this one. Hope you had a little laugh at it. I know I certainly did. We'll be back to a regular video very soon, so watch out for the next edition of Space Stock Updates. If you haven't subscribed already, I hope you'll consider doing that. I'll see you guys in the next video. I hope you have a great day. Bye for now.